Son told me not to drink last night so I can get up early in the morning, have a little father-daughter breakfast. That shit done to me, boy. For real. I remember I was legit, boy. I used to always have them father, daddy shit, you feel me? Never. My daddy couldn't never be there, you feel me? Couldn't never be there. So, being up for my little girl, bro. Just little pancakes and sausage, boy. That's all it took, little pancakes and sausage. And seeing the smile on her face, dog. Just telling everybody, I go my daddy, I go my daddy, I go my daddy. Proud to say that I'm my daddy. You feel me? Proud, walking around telling everybody, it's my daddy right here, this is my daddy. Feel me?
And sometimes that's all it takes, man, is to see your child in love with you, man, and appreciating you and seeing you in a way that really nobody else does. People will judge you, tell you you're not good enough, and then you will notice your child looks at you through a whole different lens. To them, you're a superhero. They see you for you, man. And that's beautiful. And then you long for that relationship, and you will realize just how powerful that relationship is. Man, I encourage you, get around your children. See what it's truly like being a father. Don't just look at it as responsibility. Often, man, we'll say, I ain't ready for no kid, because we're thinking about what we have to do to make sure it's okay. A lot of times we're thinking we ain't even okay. But I promise you, if you only knew how much a child would inspire you to go out and get more, be the battery in your back, man. A child looking at you, seeing you as a hero, believing in you, that will inspire you to be a greater man, yo. Don't avoid that. And ladies, a lot of times if you have a man who he said his daddy wasn't there for him, you can see that he's not doing those responsible things as a father. A lot of times what you guys will do is you'll try and make him be responsible by nagging and lashing out at him, using the system. Sometimes you just gotta get him to the picnic. Sometimes you just gotta get him there and let him see what being a father is actually like. I don't know, but I don't think men have the natural instincts inside of them like women do to be nurturers. Like, because through time, men always had to go back to work. They couldn't stay home and nurture. So I believe that while women, in most part, can't go a second without their children, men it's biologically can, because they need to. They need to go off and be able to supply resources. You understand? And so sometimes when you either take over for a man and don't let him see the child, or keep him from the child, whatever the case may be, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. While he may love his child while he's looking at the child, it's out of sight, out of mind. And this man will seemingly be able to function without his child. And that'll make you feel like, man, he don't love his child. But sometimes what you got to understand is what's missing is that. That's what makes it real. Having a true relationship with your child, not just doing the responsibilities around being a father. So encourage him to come around, be around his children. A lot of times you guys will get upset and try to punish him by taking the child. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. What's going to inspire that man to take care of his child and give his child the world is being around his child. There ain't nothing you can say that's going to do that. Nothing you can say. This has to come from inside of him in that connection with his child. Do you understand? It's just like a man. He'll go give a woman the world if he loves her and inspired by her. But this child who we don't have a bond with, you're going to see this man as heartless and cold. Because he unfortunately doesn't have a bond with the child. All it took for him was a damn a breakfast encounter, right? Some eggs and waffles and shit. Hearing the child brag about, that's my daddy. That's my daddy. All of a sudden, it's like, I want to be a better man for her. He's in the car crying about it. Let's watch this next one.
So I had a conversation with my daughter on the way to school this morning. And yes, she did talk to me the entire way to school. And somehow we got to talking about wrapping Christmas presents. And I told her, I said, you're going to have to wrap presents with mommy because I'm not very good at it. And she said to me, but Daddy, I thought you were good at everything. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, you're good at cooking. You're good at fishing, you're good at dancing, you're good at singing, and you're good at being a dad. The moral of this story is that always remember that no matter how bad things are, no matter how much you think you're fucking up in life, there's always somebody who thinks the world of you and that doesn't see it. So I had a...
Powerful. There's always somebody who thinks the world of you and doesn't see it. Men, that's your children. If you be in their life early, that's your children. If you don't, and you let them grow up without you, they're going to see you like the world sees you. They're going to see you based on your attendance, your utility, your responsibility. They're not going to see you as a loving father, as a person they want to bond with. Do you understand? As part of themselves. We got to be there, man. And notice how he said, I'm not very good at that. And she began to tell him what he was good at. And when it got to father, look at how it made him think. Because mostly we get criticized, even when we try to be good fathers. We're being told everywhere that we fail. And so this little girl, she's actually pouring into her daddy. She's actually nurturing him. She's saying to him, you're a great dad too. And he never thought about himself from that perspective. As you can see, he hit him. She thinks I'm a good dad. So no matter what the world is saying, because the world will tell us we got to have so much money, we got to be able to provide this much, do this much. And our children will even begin to tell us that, judging us by what another man does for their friends' children, their father, things like that. Well, they get to go on vacation. Why can't we? And all these type of things will bleed into how you see yourself. So she, as a little girl, is actually being her daddy's hero. I used to always tell my daughter, when you're on my shoulders, I know you say you feel stronger. I feel stronger. There's nothing that can defeat me with you on my shoulders. As long as I know I'm protecting my children, I get power boosts. Do you understand? You can't defeat me as long as they're depending on me. I'm invincible. Do you understand what I'm saying? And guys, I want you to understand your children are the wind beneath your wings. They're the motivation in your heart. You just got to be around them. You got to get around your kids, man. So whatever beefs y'all having with your ladies, whatever beefs y'all having with the man, set that shit to the side and let them get around their children, because I promise you that natural bond is going to be stronger than anything, any system that you can use to try to make this man be responsible. He ain't going to be able to forsake a child that he knows loves him and is dependent on him and looking at him in his eyes, proud of him being their daddy. He going to live up to that because he don't want her to be wrong. It'll make you want to perform. And take some advice and take some knowledge from this little girl who's pouring into her dad, saying, you're good at these things. You're good at everything. Don't always pick at the man and chop him down. Call out greatness in him even when you don't necessarily see it. It'll make him challenge himself to prove you right. Trust me. It's a powerful mechanism. Speak life into somebody and they'll conform to that life you're teaching them. But if you just keep on exposing where they fall short, they'll eventually begin to believe that they're not really worth anything anyway and act accordingly. Men, speak life into your ladies. You'll be shocked to understand how much of your validation and affirmation that she needs, that she depends on a daily basis. Speak life into this lady, for that's your mother's child. She's only going to be as great as she feels inside. So why not make this woman feel like and she is the most powerful, the most greatest, the most highest elected woman, because you chose her to be a mother to your seed, to your offspring, to your ascendants. So it's very important that we treat the people that we elect to create life with like kings and queens and with the utmost respect, so our children can see that and mirror it, and that they can be the best versions of themselves. But all that to say, family, if you notice, these men are inspired by the conversations and interactions they had with their child, and I can guarantee you that'll never go away. Their father will run off that energy right there for the rest of their lives, giving them everything that they need. Trust me. My daughter's like that with me. My sons are like that with me, and I'll never let them down, because all they do is pour into me. Why would I ever fail them if all they do is pour into me, man? It's the children, yo. Let them build bonds with the children. Don't just try to make them responsible. You're going to do all this before you even have the child. You're already blaming them for not showing up at appointments. And let them see the baby first. Get them around the baby. See what that does, family. Let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments, all right? Peace to you.